Perfect mana. Jeez. Perfect mana. Jeez. Let's keep this. I guess we're putting back one of the 2 fetch lands. First on the menu is this deck. Oh no. Oh no. This is I was just asked to play 4-color money pile, and this is my take on it. Although it looks like we're gonna die on turn 2. Oh, they don't have another land, and we have a Remand now. Okay. Also, this Field of Ruin is a strip mine, so we'll see what happens, I guess. 3 mana for an Undercity Informer. Golly. They exiled a Simian Spirit Guide too instead of using a counter. I know that like actually nothing has happened so far this game, but just the fact that they didn't have an untapped source last turn, they drew it this turn is just it just like decided this game, and just like that. It's kind of really, it's very exciting to me. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go Field of Ruin here. Yeah. Wow, what a swingy game. That's actually crazy. Just, it looked like we were going to die on turn 2, and then we just didn't, and then we won the game. Crazy. Crazy. So bring in the Tail's End and the Platinum package, because they can't beat this unless they bring in Ancient Grudge, which they probably don't have too many of. Might cut a Wrenn and Six. Possible that Mystical Dispute is better than some cards. Trills, 3 months in a row. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Yeah, I kind of feel like I maybe want to go down on Omnath since I'm bringing in these, and I can bring in a couple of Disputes just to maybe like bridge the gap to Madcap. Drax, I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but I really did think that game was really, really very interesting. I thought that game was super exciting too, even though like it looked like not a lot happened. A lot did happen. Alright, going to 5. And I guess we keep this on 5. I mean, if they just have kind of a slower start, we may be able to surprise them. We also have Field of Ruin as interaction on turn 3. So because of that, I think I want to put back Uro and Sanctuary. And this hand just says, I will Stone Rain you on turn 3, cast this on turn 4. And maybe I'm hoping to draw a piece of interaction before then. Scared of a Pinhead Prism. Yeah, they have one. Prism is so good in this deck. Alright, need to draw a piece of interaction, I suppose. That ain't it. Have I gotten around to playing Inverter in Modern yet? I have not yet, no. Alright, I'll make them show me that I'm actually dead. It's not a foregone conclusion, but it's very likely. And we also get to see if they boarded an Ancient Grudge, which I doubt they did. They did bring in Pact of Negation and Thoughtseize. It's 4 Chills, 4 Vengevines. Okay. Game 3. They also brought in Charbelcher. I honestly don't really like the Charbelcher plan so much against these decks, or like the blue decks, because we just like have to leave in Force. They brought in Thoughtseize, so like I'm kind of into, and Pact of Negation, so I'm kind of into these Veil of Summers. I'm gonna cut the 5 drops. I will continue to play the Madcap package in red decks until it stops being good. Zeal, 4 months in a row. Hell yeah! I hope you're having a good day today. All right, on the play. Mulligan. Gonna keep this. I think I'm putting back Field of the Dead. But Tail's End is pretty good against them. Counters the, Undercity Informer activated ability or Balustrade Spy into the battlefield ability. Gonna get a Temur Triome. To play a Mana Rock, like we're pretty incentivized to force it, but I don't really want to. Okay, they don't have one. They've got a pretty slow hand here on the draw in game 3. I'm gonna hold up Hardcast Force instead of playing this Field of the Dead. I wonder how good this deck's how viable this deck's mana would be without the Triomes. Probably not very. Pelakka Predation actually seems pretty good in their deck. Ooh, maybe we just lose to Pact of Negation here. I think we're about to do that. I mean, I think we're supposed to let this resolve though and tap the Vengevines twice and just try to mill them out. There's 3 packs in their graveyard. I can't remember how many we saw last game. But if they have 4 in their sideboard, it's in their hand, right? Do you know, I'm excited to see what you come up with, Michael. So does this playing this deck make me feel like the 1%? Yes, very, very wealthy today. Yeah, so do they play 4 Pact of Negation in their sideboard? And if they do, did they bring in all 4? Because we saw 3 go to the graveyard here. And you can only play a total of 4 of the same card in the deck, of course. Expert analysis. Yes! Ha ha ha! All right, they've got no cards in their library. They didn't Nexus of Fate. Game over. We even have another Cryptic. If they did have, just one, right? Cool. I guess they only boarded in 3. I really thought that they had it. Why not Cryptic bounce the Narco with the 3rd sword trigger on it? Bouncing the Narcomoeba doesn't do anything. The sword still comes back to play. You would want to bounce a sword, but I mean, why not? I suppose is either line wins the game, right? There's no difference between bouncing a sword and tap drawing. But you don't want to bounce the Narcomoeba. That doesn't do anything. I'm going to keep this on the draw. Obviously, we need to hit a land or 2, but we're on the draw and we play 29 lands. Yeah, that would be true money tribal. Nice to have some early removal against the Prowess deck. I am interested to see how this matchup goes. I do think Omnath is really good in this matchup, if we can get up to it. Oh, they don't have a second land. Well, maybe this won't be great testing. Maybe they just F6 through their turn. That could be what happened there. I'm gonna remand this off of a Hallowed Fountain. It does kind of stink to shock, but we're a 4-color deck. What's the dono queue look like today? We've got this, and then I've been come on, 29 lands, 4 looks, and we missed. We've got this deck, and then I was asked to brew around Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and I've put that in the green-black Yawgmoth deck. And then after that, we have a Temur Tooth and Nail deck, which looks pretty exciting. And then that's the full queue. All right, I'm gonna get basic islands, play the Fun Raveler, and think about just drawing a card right now, and then decide not to. Yeah, I should have played 30 land for sure. Yeah, no time warps in this version, Tannen. I was just asked for Dono Deck Thursday to play the version I thought was the best, and I just haven't been too impressed by the time warp variants. Yeah, so maybe we should have minused, because we are really desperate to hit a land here, and then they've denied us of the ability to draw a card, but we hit anyways. I think I'm just gonna hold up Cryptic this turn. Obviously, Omnath is a bit better if you can play a land right after, and if that land is a fetch land, it's going to be an Hour of Promise next turn and a bunch of life. In the spirit of money tribal, here's more money. Hell yeah, Gabriel. Appreciate you. Alright, so I'll get a snow-covered islands, and I will bounce the Stormwing and draw a card. Just any fetch land in the top 2 is going to be great. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Why do we have to shock here? Oh, no. Omnath. Damn it. Oops. That's a punt, baby. Alright, I think now that we're at this point, we're just going to set up for next turn. Sorry about that. No, I think that because Omnath is going to be able to gain us a lot of life, it's going to be a bit better to just try not to die next turn than to Hour of Promise. Yeah, and Hour of Promise is like is free next turn. Interesting. So green, white, blue, red. Omnath. Draw a card. We can... Oh, we even have a force up now. So feeling really good. So we get to gain 4 life. And we get to go up to 6 mana to have a bolt for the Stormwing. But I suppose... they're just gonna sack a dart in response. So maybe we bolt the Soulscar Mage? Maybe we just make them sack, use the dart now to like reduce the damage they can deal next turn. I think that that's probably the best call. Yeah. Denies them a bit of damage for next turn and a bit of mana too. It's going to be really hard for them to kill me with this Hour of Promise in my hand. Am I supposed to get a fetch land to get back Mystic Sanctuary for Path next turn? I think so. Instead of the second field, of course. We also get to hit them for 4 with this Omnath. And pass. Good morning, Bad. Could also get back Cryptic, maybe. So we're at 13. They have 4 cards in their hand. I don't think they can kill us if we have, because we have this force, and I guess they're also not, they're not triggering prowess at all. I don't know what that says about their hand. Okay, I'll force the light at the stage. Maybe the backup Omnath was better, but it seems like their hand is light on gas. Hi Spike, you donated for a deck, but I don't see it on the list. I didn't receive a donation from you, at least not in my records. When did you donate? I also don't remember seeing it in the queue. Okay. So we're 1 point short. Oh, we can actually just hold on. So if Omnath deals 4 damage, if we can play our 3rd land, and we can because of this Field of Ruin. And so we can Cryptic tap to get in for 8 more damage. Which will put our opponent down to 1. But I think we just play this Field of Ruin, make a zombie, tap their team on their upkeep, and draw a card. We can Field of Ruin to gain a bit of life, and then attack them for lethal next turn. Is with bits just after the last stream. I don't see it in my notifications. It is not showing that I received that. Maybe you can check if you still have the bits, but I don't see that happened. Although, hold on. Yeah, I see it in the bits leader that you are the bits leader. So I guess it did happen. I don't know why it's not showing up in my notifications. Did you put your list in the Google Doc? Will Omnath get the banhammer? I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, I like the Tooth and Nail list. I think it's pretty good. Maybe. We'll see. I think I'm just gonna go Growth Spiral, see what we draw. Cool. Can we double Field of Ruin here? No, not quite. Yeah, one Field of Ruin wasn't quite lethal. We're just gonna put them to 1. Okay, I'll look at it. We can add you to the queue. I just want to check what it is real quick. I didn't see it in the thing this morning, but maybe I just missed it. All right, gonna bring in the experiment package again. I usually just look in my dono notifications and like see if anybody actually donated for it, because I get a decent number of people who say they want to donate for a deck and then they end up not, which is fine, of course. Wrenn and Six seems not great. Dispute seems decent. Some number of gusts seem decent. Cryptic seems not that good. Just play all the gusts. The first Wrenn and Six. Could see maybe like the first Veil, but I'm not sure exactly how many counterspells they're going to bring in. Okay, so it's Blue Tron again. Alright, let's do it. This list looks better to me. I think we can keep this on the draw. We're a 29 land deck, right? We are. I think we're favored to hit 2 lands in the first 4 draws. Not by a ton, I suppose. Okay. I think I would like to... Do I want to be able to path the Soulscare Mage? I think I'd rather just be able to like dispute Stormwing or Sprite Dragon this turn. Although maybe I could have gotten Hallowed Fountain and then played this tapped next turn and held up path. Maybe that was better. Well, they keep another 1-lander. If they kept another 1-lander, I'm just like probably not even going to hold up path. Yeah, I think against the 1-lander, I'm just not going to want to path on turn 2 here. I will dispute an opt if they play an opt to try to find a land. How likely is it we die this turn? It's certainly possible if they hit a land. Looks like they didn't. Does kind of feel like they're holding up Spell Pierce or Dispute here. So maybe we go for Omnath to play around Spell Pierce. But also now we could double path, which feels kind of dicey. I think I'm just going to play Omnath. If they have a dispute, that's fine, but we can kind of just go crazy if they don't. I will block also, I think. Thank you, Glacier. I appreciate ya. I'm glad you're saying that, because I didn't haven't been sleeping great. Running Tooth and Nail the same week it gets removed from Vintage Cube. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Tooth and Nail. We died of like mutagenic growth? Yeah, we're dead to mutagenic growth. Wow. Ruka, thank you for Twitch Prime. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Well, GG. Maybe we're just supposed to jam the Madcap there. Really did feel like they had a Spell Pierce, though. We get to play game 3 on the play, though. I think I'm gonna play. No, I'll keep it. I'll keep the first round. Why is there no big hat emote? Madison's been having a tough time getting the emotes out, and I don't want anybody else to work on them. I'm gonna keep this. Obviously, this hand's not great, but we've already mulled the 6, and it has 2 of our best cards on the play. And our opponent's mulled the 5. That does bode pretty well for us. Can I buy a Growth Spiral? I'd like to buy 1 Growth Spiral, please. Just gonna play this tapped. Yeah, Mono Bluetron again. It didn't feel great last time, but I think we still 3-2'd. And this version looks a little bit better. It's like a little bit higher top end. Sundering Titan in the main, and Sundering Titan was really impressive last time. Yeah, I think that there are good Urza decks too. For a while there, it's like, people were asking me, hey, I thought Urza was dead, but it did well in the tournament, and there's like 3 or 4 weeks in a row that happened, and I think I'm just of the opinion that the Urza decks are still underplayed a bit. For my information, the Saheeli list... Oh, sorry. I must have uploaded the wrong one. Pretty nice to see that after they milled to 5. We could just draw anything. Yeah, it's basically a gut shot, right? Yeah. Despite the mull to 5 and the Tormod script, this is a pretty good start. Although, I'm not sure how likely we are to die next turn, and if they don't have a counterspell for our Madcap, it's probably just going to win the game. We also have lots of removal spells. Teferi Time Raveler we could draw. Aether Gust. Path. I'm gonna get, I guess we get Temur Triome. Don't need double white as much as we need double green. I'm gonna play this tapped so that way I'm paying the least amount of life over the next couple turns. Although you could make an argument for playing a fetch land because you can't fetch when you have Emperion in play. But we know we just drew lands, so do we die this turn? And if not, do they have a counterspell for this? And if the answer is no to both of those things, I think we have a really good chance of winning. They have 1 card in their hands. I don't think that there's any one... Maybe Lava Dart kills us. Maybe Lava Dart kills us. That's plus 6 damage on top of this 5. Plus 2 more. No, it doesn't kill us. Right? I think we go to 2. I think 2 after the fetch. It seems like they were thinking about casting something there, so I don't think that they have a counterspell. If they have a counterspell, they're just like playing really slowly for no reason. I'm just gonna get an island so I can cast a Cryptic if I draw it, and we can cast Omnath, right? Yeah. I'm gonna cast this and hope. Yeah, I think it's unlikely that they boarded in an answer for this. I don't know, like, they didn't see this last game. And like, this is not stock for the, Uro piles, so I would be surprised to see a Abrade here. I think I'm playing Scalding Tarn, so if they do kill my Emperion, I can gain life. Some blue-red lists have started running Borrowers. Oh no. Yeah, people love Borrower. I just don't think it's that good in Modern. I think it's okay. Platinum Emperion, like, hard counter spectacle, dude. It's so funny. What a weird interaction. Is the idea to jam Emperion versus all aggro matchups? Yeah, I'm going to keep doing that until I start losing with this plan. But it's just been going really well for me so far. I think I'm going to attack. I'm kind of okay trading this. Yeah, we were actually happy to trade because then we get to turn these fetches into mana and just cast another one. Now I do think that they have a burn spell, but even with them having a burn spell, I think I'm fine with this. We can gust the burn spell if they target this to just kill a bunch of creatures and then just play a second one, gain some life too. That's a great command ghost. What is this? Oh, there's a lava. It's a lava dart. Okay. I do think we gust the dart. And then we have exactly enough to cast a second one if they kill this. Yeah. Well, yeah. One thing I like about this is this deck can just cast this if we draw it with Omnath pretty easily. You can also go like Omnath into Madcap a decent amount of the time, I imagine. Hey, Handerstone. Ah, a hat for Spike. I tapped white. I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, I did. I'm not sure that I'm gonna path in combat. Maybe I should have had the ability to path. But if we path, we can't play this. So which hat would you like, Handerstone? The Fisher hat, the big one. Dealer's choice. Alright. I think I'll actually get the smaller one. It's in the other room, but my opponent's in the tank, so I've got some time. A chump block is really surprising to see here. Wasn't expecting that. They did put the lava dart on top. So their hand is lava dart. They have this light up the stage. Lava darting me does not turn on spectacle. Does that mean they have some better answers as a draw? Probably not, because I think they would want the Swift Spear still in play. They hit 2 fiery islets off of their light of the stage. Probably not what they were hoping for. If I redeem another hat, will I put it on top of the one you already have? No, I have it set to just one hat a stream to stop shenanigans. Maybe one day I'll entertain that notion. If you made those tall striped hats you get at Spencer's Gift in the early 2000s, will I wear it on stream? I've got some hats coming. Alright, so they are going to try to kill this, which I think is going to just be a pretty favorable exchange overall. Is the pet Athena also locked like the hat? No, it's not. I think it's limited to like maybe 2 a stream. Although maybe I need to rethink it because Athena like usually only spends like 1 or 2 hours of the stream in here, and she's got like a pretty set nap schedule where she sleeps in the bed till like 10, and then she sleeps on the couch until like 12, and then she comes in here. And so I feel bad because people redeem pet Athenas before then, and then they don't get to see Athena. So I may need to rethink it. I still go and pet her. Opponent has 6 minutes left on their clock. Thought this match was going to go a bit faster. I don't think they're tilted. I think they're just trying to figure out what they can afford to play around. Where's my Pet Athena satellite stream? Switch the feed to my GoPro. Yeah, we'll need a GoPro hat to combo off. Can redeem the GoPro hat, and then we can combo that with the Pet Athena. I don't think this is salt. I think that they are just in the tank. They are making plays, just like slowly. How many minutes do you have until you time out? I believe in leagues it's 10, and in it may be 5. I think it's different for like higher stakes events than leagues, if I remember correctly. Okay, I'll just kill the Sprite Dragon, and then we get to win the game. Not win the game, immediately, but effectively. No, I don't see any reason to path because the Emperion still dies. And we also kind of want the Emperion to die, right? And we get to keep the path if we don't path. Great analysis, Spike. Might as well do this because we can still cast this guy either way. Oh no, they have a Tormod script. To make a lot of zombies, deal 4 damage to them, cast a second one. Could Mystic Sanctuary something, I guess. Maybe have an Aether Gust in hand. I think I'm just not going to bother. Opponent, what are you doing? What are you playing so slowly for? Just sack your Tormod script. Just do it. Didn't fetch with Uro in play, so I could cast it. I can't cast it. They're gonna Tormod script me. I think. I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. We could have fetched beforehand, to just stack our triggers and escape Uro. I think I just want to cast this. I don't think I care very much about Uro, but you are right. We could have done that. Just sack your crypt, opponent. Come on. We're up 11 minutes. Please. It's also possible they have bad internet, yeah. So they'll hit the rest of their 3 mana Morphos into... I mean, Light of the Sage always costs 3 mana. Yeah, into 4 Gataxian Probes into a Braid would do it. So I'm pretty scared of that. Lava Dart my Platinum Emperion. My opponent's gonna time out. They're just gonna time out, I guess. I don't think my opponent's messing with me. It doesn't really feel that way. It feels like they have slow internet and they're like potentially newer to the game. This is game 3. Maybe they are messing with me. But they're going to time out in a minute anyways. Which is fine. Which is totally fine. So we're going to be off to a 2-0 start with the 4-color Omnath deck. This is, my take on it. I really like 3 Omnath. I also think 3 Uro is better than 4. I know most lists have been playing 4, but I want to play 4 Growth Spiral so I can play Omnath on turn 3. A lot of us are only playing 2, which I don't really get. This is also better with the Madcap plan. I'm trying to think. I also like Nexus of Fate as kind of like a mirror breaker and obviously a mill card. I think it's like actually like it's like of all the Nexus of Fate decks I've played, this is maybe the best one because this deck is really good at getting to 7 mana to just beat mill, at least in theory. And even like Wrenn and Six is a win con at that point. It'll just ping them to death eventually. Okay, we won. Isn't Prowess Evergreen? Yeah, I think Prowess is Evergreen. Is there a clear best deck in Modern at the moment? No, not in my opinion. The format has been pretty diverse and dynamic for a while now. I wonder if we're supposed to be favored in this matchup. I'm not sure. If only I had a red source to go Growth Spiral into Bolt here. But I think I'm gonna let the Reclaimer. I'll Bolt the Reclaimer after the activated ability, and then maybe next turn we can go Growth Spiral into Remand. So I want them to tutor before we Bolt because they're pretty likely to get a Flagstones, and Flagstones is going to be worse if we, of course, Bolt the Reclaimer. So you don't want to bolt before the ability resolves there. Maybe if we don't draw a land, we just Field of Ruin the Sanctuary. Would much rather go Growth Spiral into blue source, which looks like we do have that ability. Well, the Stormwing entity was a new prowess card that was really good. I don't expect that we will see too many more like 1/2 prowess creatures. I don't think we'll ever see a third one. Maybe we will. Who knows? You know, WotC is kind of hard to predict these days, but I predict that we will not see another 1 mana 1/2 prowess creature. Do we go for Hour of Promise, or do we go for Teferi, Hero of Dominaria? I think we go for Hour, because next turn we can go Uro plus Teferi, and we can Mystic Sanctuary next turn if we do Hour this turn. I guess we could do it either way, but this makes sense to me at least. So we get one field for sure. Field of the Dead, of course. Maybe, and just the fetch land, yeah. So if they have Castle Garenbrig, they can Titan us here. Basically anything else just isn't gonna cut it. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it. And they don't have a land to play. All right, game over, really, right? What an absurd draw. What an absolutely absurd draw. Omnath is just 0 mana here. Okay, they conceded. Would it be crazy to play Primeval Titan over Hour? I don't think... No, but I think Hour is better. Just the fact that it's 5 mana is such a big deal. Especially with Omnath, where you often go on turn 5, Omnath, play a fetch land, you have 5 mana. Like 5 drops are a lot better than 6 drops in this deck. In my humble and very smooth-brained opinion. I think I want to cut 1 Wrenn and Six. I think I want to play 3 bolts for Reclaimers. Maybe 2 Path. Could see cutting a Time Raveler. No, I think we want to play like 2 Force, actually. Like they're going to bring in Boil, but I think 2 Force and, 2 Remand, 2 Gust, 1 Cryptic is maybe enough. You just don't ever really draw 2 Force of Negation, I think. Could maybe bring in the Nexus, too. I think Nexus is kind of good. Cut an Uro. Uro's the worst card in the deck, I think. I do think Uro's not great in these matchups. It's fine. It's kind of slow, and sometimes you need to be holding up mana to counter spell, and the front half is just not all that impressive. Okay, this hand is solid if it draws a fetch. I think that we get 2 looks at a fetch land. We have an Aether Gust, which is really nice. I think this is a fine keep. What matchups is Nexus good in? I think it's good in against blue decks and mill, but it's mostly for mill. I think mill is kind of tough if you don't play a Nexus. Okay, I'm gonna get Uro going. Or sorry, Wrenn and Six going. I'm gonna get Steam Vents, I think, here. The next turn we can Uro plus Bolt. Or Path. I mean, the Teague doesn't do all too much here. These are really good draws, Bolt and Flooded Strand. Main phase Eladamri's Call for Elvish Reclaimer. Yeah, I think I'd rather Bolt the Reclaimer. Alright, so let me go fetch an island. Do we have another untapped red source to fetch? We don't. Oh no. That was really bad then. So I guess we're not going to cast Uro. We're going to cast Growth Spiral. So bolt this now. Hold up Gust / Spiral into Path, maybe. Pass. This is maybe better to have the Gust up. Yeah, this deck's mana base is, maybe not something that should be possible, to be honest, but it is possible. All right, they're 1 mana shy of activating Castle. I think this is fine. I may have gusted this if they had a Flagstones in play, but this can be, a Cultivate. It's fine. Alright, so let's get the second Triome here, make the mana good. Maybe it was better to get Field into play. Could kind of see it going either way there. So I think we're going to lose the Wrenn, which I think is also kind of fine. Wrenn has kind of done its job. I think I just don't care too much about this Teague, right? Yeah. Should be able to escape Uro next turn. Why did they tap Castle mana there? That was so weird. Okay, so I'm not going to crack my fetch. That way I can trigger Field an extra time. So I'm going to get Breeding Pool to escape Uro. And then probably just Snow-Covered Island. I think I want to save the second Sanctuary for this Aether Gust. It's been a while since I've escaped an Uro. Feels kind of good, to be honest. I hate to say it. Okay, Gabo is redeemed to deck tech. I'll take a look whenever you're ready. I think I'll just play this Sanctuary from my hand. Oh, they have a Teague. They have a Teague. Okay, so I'll get a basic plains, or sorry, Mystic Sanctuary for Path, so I can path the Teague. And then And I guess just choose, say no to Ghost Quarter, right? Maybe that's not as good as getting the extra land. I think it's not going to be a big deal either way, really. Yeah, Nexus I think is great in this deck. I will inform my opponent that they are dead. 3-0. Is the hype true? Is 4-color Omnath just the best deck? Well, thank you for reminding me. Missed it. Interesting. Mystical Teachings for Empty the Pits is kind of cool. I would play 4 Drown before any number of mana leak. I would also play the 3rd Charm, and I wouldn't play if you're playing 4 Drown. I think you cut the Dismember for the 3rd Charm, play no Drown. I think like, yeah, you can give teachings for this, but I think Drown just kind of covers so many bases. This is cool though. The Pits win con. Teachings is kind of a medium card though, I will say. It's not a very powerful card. But it's certainly a cool idea. It's possible you could just play 2 Empty the Pits and then no Mystical Teachings. And maybe that's good. Yeah, GG's. GG's DZ. Sorry that I just had the nuts. Really good hand here. Let's keep this and put back Mystic Sanctuary Path. Oh, we rolled a 4? Oh, you're right. That's a pretty good 4, though. Alright, these are my thoughts. Oh, you also have 61 cards here. So maybe, you know, I'm not sure if that was intentional, but maybe... Oh, so that Loris is the companion. Duh, never mind. Spider-Ham, 7 months in a row. Thanks for making my workday so much better. I'm glad to hear it. Happy to hear it. How did the Sultan Gifts deck go? Not very well. I don't think the deck is good at the moment. Yeah, we just need Wrenn and Six to mitigate some card disadvantage here. Feels really bad to pitch Uro, but like Uro is just not going to get escaped without, you know, the density here. All right. Dead, I think. Roll to 4, have to force, and then get double Inquisitions. Let's go to game 2. Something like this looks kind of good to me. Yeah, teachings. Yeah, I mean, if you just like teachings, there's nothing wrong with playing it. But I think it may just be better to play 2 empties instead. But certainly a cool deck idea. All right, keep. Play this, so we have the highest chance of casting Growth Spiral on turn 2. Weird hand to just have both Triomes naturally, but it's kind of nice against the Scourge deck to have no fetches. Do we ever trim a lab when sideboard with a land? Sometimes, yeah. You can definitely think about doing that. Our hand's pretty good against Thoughtseize. They take the Growth Spiral, the one unique card in our hand, which is kind of fine, I think. And it is really nice that they just can't play a Scourge on turn 2, because we haven't paid any life. Yeah, Madcap is just apparently good in every deck, as it turns out. Alright, gonna bounce that. I may want to get a basic forest with this Misty. I'm not very likely to get a basic plains, so I will 2-drop an island with the Strand. Bounce the Goyf. Draw a Scalding Tarn. I think Madcap Experiment is an excellent sideboard plan for decks like this, but I don't think it does. I don't really understand the idea of it being good in the main deck. Like, you know, people side out a lot of their removal in these kind of matchups. They have a Street Wraith. Okay. Kind of feel like they may have had a Street Wraith there because they, you know, they knew about the bolts. But it just seems way better as a sideboard plan. You know, a match is 3 games, and you know you play more sideboard games than you play game ones. So it's I think that maybe it's possible that there are like prevailing mindsets about sideboarding that is maybe just a little. Do I want to use the word wrong? Maybe people just don't think enough about sideboarding. I could say. I can't get Temple Garden. I would want to get Temple Garden here so I could have either Veil or Path up. I guess we get Stomping Ground so we can have Bolt plus Path up. And we can also Path off of the white mana that Uro makes here if we want. So that Omnath makes. If we hit a land, we actually put them to 1 life. Wow. And we can Mystic Sanctuary back Bolt and just kill them next turn. Oh no. I don't like what's happening here. That I'm starting to like this deck. I don't like that. Everything that's happening here. This feels so disgusting. And I think we're going to win game 2 without showing them the Madcap Experiment. Which is a big deal. Seeing Goyfs, I think I probably want to play the 3rd Gust over the 3rd Bolt. I don't like what's happening here. I'm starting to like the deck. I think I'm gonna put back Field. Eyeballed the 4-game 1. That's a pretty good draw. It's a pretty good draw. Yeah, I've lost my way. So they take the Growth Spiral. Yeah, they've got a pretty good draw this game for sure. Alright, I think I'm going to get a Jeskai Triome. We've got 4 cards left. We're down to 12. Uh-oh. It's not very good for them. I'm just like actively rooting for my opponent, I think. I don't want to 5-0 with this. And just totally lose my way. But like Teferi is going to gain us a ton of life and probably buy us enough time. It's looking like we're going to get there. They don't kill this, which they may not bother. They may try to kill me instead. Can instant speed the Madcap. But I doubt they have too many answers for Emperion right now. Is this a Dono or My Brew? It's My Brew. But I was asked to play the 4-color Omnath deck of my choice, and so this is like my take on the Omnath deck. I just jammed the Madcap, right? I think so. It is a bit awkward that it turns off our fetches. This deck is very fetch heavy. You think it's incorrect to kill 3 fairy? Maybe. Depends on what their hand looks like. But I agree that people over-respect a 1 loyalty Teferi. I think that people kill 1 loyalty Teferis too much when they should be attacking face instead. Thanks, Sensei. Yeah, this hat and this shirt do go pretty well together. Or we only have 1 white source because we can't pay 2 life for this. I think we attack first. Yeah. They only have 7 points right now. It does grow the Scourge, but that doesn't really matter, right? What is this block? What does this block mean? Did they just think the Scourge was bigger? How about overgrown Tomb Up? They can't bolt. I think this block was just a mistake. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it looks like to me. I do think that it's usually bad if you're confused by a line and you're fine. Oh, it's Dismember. Okay, yeah. This is a really good lesson here. If you are confused by a line and your final thought process is they just made a mistake, that's usually a bad thing, because that means you can't figure out why they did something. And usually it's better to overestimate your opponents than to underestimate them. However, we get to win the game, which is good. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't Dismember first. Although we would have pathed, so I guess that's why. It's kind of a sick line. It's Dono Deck Thursday, Hitachi. Anything is possible. Even Spike playing Omnath. Hate to say it, but we're 4-0. Oh, we won the die roll. Okay, good. We get to mulligan. Okay, keep. Gonna get a Jeskai Triome. Maybe you should Koki. It's certainly too soon to tell for, this is the first time I've even played this deck. I've been playing against it a lot. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have shuffled. We just put one of these on the bottom. I'm just goofing around, Banjo. Obviously, I would like to 5-0. This list was like 1,200 ticks. Okay, I just want to make sure it was clear. I was just joking. Obviously, I'm going to try to win, and I'll be happy to 5-0. Thought Scour themselves, mill over Lightning Bolt and Serum Visions. So we remand their Pyromancer's Ascension. Okay, think of the ice. Interesting. Well, I will play the 3-mana Growth Spiral instead of the 2-mana Growth Spiral. I think we shock too. Oh, whoops. Hitting 2 lands off the top would be pretty ideal. That's 1. Omnath can also draw a land, of course. They have no 3rd land. I'm going to get the 2nd Triome, I think. Yeah, we are 4-0 right now. Wow. Means we do play 29 lands, to be fair. We can't quite escape Uro. I guess I'll leave myself the option to Growth Spiral if I hit another land off of this Uro. Okay, pass. Yeah, we're playing against Phoenix, I think. That's what it looks like. I saw someone playing with it yesterday. I can't remember who. But I was watching a streamer play Phoenix yesterday. I don't think it's good right now. For whatever that's worth. Don't think it's time for the return of the king. I guess I'll delve over. I want to keep a fetch land in the graveyard for Wrenn. Maybe I guess Remand is a little bit better for Sanctuary right now than Force. Thinking the Ice is okay against Uro here. And, you know, it's okay against Omnath. We'll see if they can flip it. They kind of need to either hit a land or have another Manamorphose. Never been good since looting bans. I had one version I thought was good for a little bit. I 5-0'd with Phoenix like 6 or 7 times, I think. Maybe not that many, maybe 5. Since the looting ban. But I liked this version. It's a Pyromancer's Ascension deck, and the idea is that you just don't need to play too many. You like Phoenixes and Bolts can just kill them with the Ascension, and then Brawl is good with Ascension and Phoenix because it loots the Phoenix away, and Remand is good with both Ascension and Brawl. That was the idea of the deck, anyways. It's been a while since I've played it, but it's a deck I like. But as far as Thing in the Ice is just not that good in Modern right now, I think, and so I like just the Thing in the Ice Phoenix lists seem worse to me. Haggle, okay. There was a 5-0 list. I mean, there have been 5-0 lists like this for, ever since the looting ban, right? It just doesn't mean that they're good. May lose. We get to Bolt to Phoenix. Take 7 down to 15. We're all rooting for our opponent now. I have no delusions that anybody wants me to win this game. No delusions at all. What a sick rip. Maybe they have Force. They don't. I'm rooting for my opponent too. Kind of. It was fluffy. That's right. I just couldn't remember who I saw playing Phoenix yesterday. Yeah, also Fizzle's Finale, which is a pretty good card. Hope they don't cast Merchant of the Veil. No, don't do it. Don't do it. They're gonna cast Finale. That's what that floating the mana like this and pausing. That's what that means. And then their fun is gonna get raveled. Don't do it, opponent. No. No. This is so sad. Maybe I should have texted them this before they did it. Our hero has fallen. The dark day. I'm gonna hold this for landfall, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have spiraled then. Nah, it's just good to cycle it. Right? Yeah. Can't escape Uro, can we? I don't think so. So I think I'll just go Mystic Sanctuary back, Remand. Gain 4 life. Play an Uro. Get a zombie. Have the ability to gain life on my opponent's turn. Guess we're not doing anything with this mana. That's probably fine. No, I'm not playing Jace. I think the third Omnath is better than the first Jace. I know most people play Jace, but I just kind of don't think it's that good in this list. It's okay. Thanks, Riot. Guess I'm maybe a little more concerned with mana here. Or the hopes of getting some mana. Start off with an Uro escape. Can we escape Uro and cast Cryptic Command even if we miss on lands? No. So I guess we go for Hero of Dominaria. Because I want to be able to bounce this thing in the ice. If we do that, we win, I think. If we draw a land, we just get to do it all, of course. Cryptic bounce our own land? I mean, we want to bounce the thing in the ice more, I think. Maybe, though. Doesn't matter now. Checking if this is a horror. It's not. So bring in the disputes. Bolts aren't very good against them. Everything else seems kind of fine. Play one Gust, one Veil of Summer. I think I'd rather play Veils. Hero also seems kind of slow. Although Hero is also better in Sideboard games because Sideboard games tend to slow down. Gust for Blood Moon out of the side. Do these decks play Blood Moon? We have other answers. But do these decks play Blood Moon? I'm not sure that they do. Maybe. Put its Mold to 6 on the play. We can dispute a turn 2 thing in the ice, so I'm going to keep. They do play Blood Moon? Okay. We have Force for it. We also have, you know, some amount of basics here. The Nut Draw? Wow. That's a good point. If they don't play Blood Moon, they probably should. I agree with that. I'm not going to dispute the opt. I'd much rather dispute a thing in the ice on turn 2. I'm not going to force the haggle. Why basic eye on turn 1 instead of Tarn? Because I thought it was likely we're going to want to dispute on turn 1, and I'd rather get a Triome with the Tarn. And so if we need to dispute on turn 1, we can't get a Triome. Yeah, I know blue it can fetch for, you know, an island or a shock land, but I'd rather get a Triome, I think. And we also drew Growth Spiral, which means next turn we can Growth Spiral into Tarn and get a tapped Triome. But we also drew a Triome for turn, which I may cycle. We'll see. Or maybe if they play Thing in the Ice, we'll go Growth Spiral into Dispute. It's a bit better, I guess. Gonna get Hallowed Fountain? It's either that or Steam Vents. This lets us play Teferi if we cast it. If we draw it, we can't play Wrenn. It's the sacrifice there. Ooh boy. Called shot. Scripted match? Question mark, question mark. I'll force the Manamorphose. Don't want the Phoenix to come back. Doesn't feel great, but I think Dispute is better than the average draw here. How much do I pay the actors to pose as your opponents? Too much, apparently. Too much. Land is a bad draw. I'm just going to play this tapped and pass. I liked Sanctuarying the Dispute last turn, but I could draw it immediately. This turn, I'm less into it. They have 2 Phoenixes in their yard now. Can they bring them back this turn? Probably. They can, I imagine, if they find a land off of Opt. They put a card on top, which is a land, and they shock, and then they then they don't have a spell to play. What the hell? Why did they shock? I have a Teferi in play, so I don't really understand why they shocked. Okay, now that I can remand and dispute, I am gonna do so. I mean, why shock for Spell Pierce into the Fun Raveler, right? If they play a Channeler, again, I'm just gonna let it resolve. So I'll just bounce it with this guy. Hate to say it, but I think we're gonna win. Such a tragedy. I know nobody wanted this. Am I gonna cycle an Omnath here? I kind of think we should. It's kind of free, right? It's kind of free. Doesn't feel very good, but I do want to just keep this ball rolling. Alright, that was good enough for a concession, so I guess it was right. I didn't want this either. I didn't want to do this. But it was a 5-0, and it was a really easy 5-0. So I think maybe I'll have to play this some more. I've also 5-0'd my last 2 leagues, which is kind of insane.